Good morning everyone. First PUC Physics, till now you have studied 6 chapters. In all these 6 chapters, when we studied the motion of the bodies, we had an assumption. I mean, we had assumed the particles, or we had assumed the bodies to be of point masses. We have applied our study, or we have applied the results of our study to the point masses, or we have studied the motion of the point masses. ಇಷ್ಟು 6 ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ಬಾಡಿಯನ್ನು ಒಂದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಮಾಸ್ ಅಂತ ತಗೊಂಡು, ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಮಾಸ್ m1 ಇರ್ಬೋದು, m2 ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಮಾಸ್ ಅಂತ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಏನು ಈ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಮಾಸ್ನ ಸ್ಪೆಷಾಲಿಟಿ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ? ದ ಬಾಡಿ ಈಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ certain mass, or the body is having a mass, but its size is practically negligible. We have taken the mass of the particle into consideration while studying the motion of the particles or the bodies, but we have taken the size of the particle to be practically negligible. We have even applied our study of motion to a body of finite size, but here also we considered, or here also we assumed that these studies of motion can be applied to those bodies of finite size, taking them as point masses, or these point masses we have called them as particles. ಈ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಮಾಸನ್ನು ನಾವೇನಂತ ಕರೆದ್ವಿ? ಈ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಮಾಸನ್ನು ನಾವು ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೆದ್ವಿ. ಬಟ್ ವೆನ್ ವಿ ಕಮ್ ಟು ದ ರಿಯಲ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಸಿಚುವೇಶನ್, we encounter so many bodies like a duster here, a chalk piece there, a very big body here. We come across, if you are speaking about astronomy, we come across Earth, we come across Moon, we come across different satellites, planets. There are so many particles around us. Now you cannot have this idealized notion of a particle to all the bodies present. For example, now when I consider Earth, if I take the example of Earth, when you see the Earth in the whole of galaxy, when you compare the size of the Earth to the whole of a galaxy, the Earth can be taken as a point mass. Now, the same Earth, when I compare it with the mass of a moon, same Earth, when I compare it with the moon or mass of moon or any other nearby planet or any other satellite, now what happens? The size of Earth is not negligible. You have studied a very good example of a train in your chapter 3, I suppose. Now, you have a train. Now, when do we call the particles to be the point masses, or the bodies to be of point masses? When the displacement of the particle, or the distance travelled by the particle is very, very, very larger compared to the size of the object. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿನ ಸೈಜ್ಗಿಂತ ಅದು ಕ್ರಮಿಸ್ತಾ ಇರುವ ದೂರ ಅಥವಾ ಅದು ಚಲಿಸ್ತಾ ಇರುವ ದೂರ ತುಂಬ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ನೀವು ಅದನ್ನು ಫೈನೈಟ್ ಸೈಜ್ ಅಂತ ತಗೋಬೋದು, ಅಥವಾ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೋದು. ಬಟ್ ಸಪೋಸ್ ಐ ಟೇಕ್ ದ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಅ ಟ್ರೈನ್. Suppose the train is moving from Kashmir to Karnataka. Now the size, when you compare the distance traveled by the train to the size of the train is immaterial there. So at that juncture, or at that situation, I can consider it to be a particle. But if I take the example of the same train crossing a point or the same train crossing a bridge, now what happens? This train with some 5 bogies will take lesser time to cross the bridge. The train with some 15 bogies will take a longer time to cross the bridge. So totally what happens here, if size of the particle if it affects the study of motion or affects motion, or if the size of the particle is comparable to its movement or the distance travelled, it is not a point mass or not a point mass. If the size of the particle, it does not affect motion, I mean, when you compare the size of the object to the distance it travelled, if the distance travelled is more, then you can take it as a point mass. You can take it as a point mass. So here in this chapter, what do? We will be studying the same laws of motion, or we will be applying same ideas of the laws of motion, but we move from particle to an extended body. We move from particle to an extended body, or in simple words we call it as a body, in general words we call it as a body, or we move from one particle to system of particles. Now, ಒಂದು ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಅನ್ನು ತಗೊಂಡು ಏನು ಓದಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಒಂದು ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸಿಗೆ ಅಥವಾ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸಿಗೆ, ಅಂದರೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಡೆಡ್ ಬಾಡಿಗೆ, ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನ ಬಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಡೆಡ್ ಬಾಡೀಸಿಗೆ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. Now, when we apply it to an extended body, what sort of extended body that we are considering, or what sort of a system of particle that we are considering? Now, when we are speaking about a system of particles, we call it as, we take an idea of a rigid body, or we also call this to be a rigid body dynamics. Why is it so? What is a rigid body? Ideally speaking, rigid body is the one where under the application of force, or a rigid body is a body which has perfectly defined size and shape. So a rigid body is a one which has perfectly defined size and shape. For example, a rigid body like this. A rigid body like this. It has its own size and its own shape. Now when I move this body, what happens? It does not bend, or its size does not change, or its shape does not change. If I take a body like this, I call it as a rigid body if under motion, or when it is moving, its size and shape does not change. Or in simple words, rigid body is the one, if I consider some rigid body like this, now there are particles or a system of particles here. Now in the case of a rigid body, what happens? Even under movement, the relative distance between any pair of particle does not change under motion. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ನನಗೆ ರಿಜಿಡ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು, ಒಂದು ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸನ್ನು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಈ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ರಿಜಿಡ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಯಾವಾಗ ಕರಿತೇವೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರುವಾಗ, ಈ ರಿಜಿಡ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರುವಾಗ ಅದರೊಳಗೆ ಇರುವ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸಿನ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗದೇ ಇದ್ದರೆ, ಅಥವಾ ಒಂದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟಿಂದ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟಿಗಿರುವ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಬದಲಾಗದೇ ಇದ್ದರೆ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನ ರಿಜಿಡ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ವಿ ಕಾಲ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಅ ರಿಜಿಡ್ ಬಾಡಿ. ನಾವು ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಸ್ಪೀಕ್ ಈಸ್ ದರ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಲೆಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಿಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್. ವೆನ್ ದ ಡಿಫಾರ್ಮಿಂಗ್ ಫೋರ್ಸಸ್ are acting on it, there is a very less of deformation. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ deformation idru, that does not affect the motion of the body. That does not affect the motion of the body. Okay, so this is about the rigid body. The relative position of the particles under motion does not change. What happens? Suppose I consider this as a rigid body. This as a rigid body. Now, what happens in a rigid body? I am pushing one point, I am pushing this point. Now you see the whole of the system moves. So if I apply force on one point or one particle, all the other particle moves, keeping the distance between them intact. So in real life situations, when we apply the force or when we apply the deforming forces of the body, suppose we consider the example of bodies like Earth, the bodies like satellites, the bodies like this, steel, metal or whatever it is. Now we assume that the bending of them or the oscillation of them or the deformation of the body is negligible. In that case it is called a rigid body. Okay. Now, so we are speaking of a rigid body, we are speaking of movement of the rigid body. When we speak about the movement, now in your previous chapters you have studied, if you have a particle of mass m at some position, I apply some force on it, after some time t, the body has moved or the body has displaced from this point A to a point B. I will take the displacement to be some x. This has taken place in a time t. What sort of motion is this? What do we call? We have called it a straight line motion, or we have called it a linear motion. We have called it a straight line motion or we have called it a linear motion. So what happens here? The velocity of the body equal to distance travelled divided by the time taken. That is for a single particle. The movement of a single particle or the displacement of a single particle. Okay. As I have told you before, I consider this to be a rigid body. Consider this to be a rigid body. See, these are the points that I have considered. I apply some force. The particle, the body which was initially at the position A, after some time t, it has moved to a position B. If I have to explain you, I have a rigid body. In a rigid body, let me consider some 3 points. Okay, some point A, B and C. Now, after some time t, what happens? The body has come to this position. Yeah, the body has come to this position. Now, you see the point A has moved from here to here. The point B has moved from here to here. The point C has moved from here to here. You see, It is a system of particle or a rigid body. I have considered the 3 points of that system of particle. Now what is happening? The point A, point B and point C, all these three, they have moved in the same direction. The distance travelled by them or the displacement of them is also same. Therefore, they have taken the same time to move to that place. So, in total, the velocity of each particle is same, both in magnitude and the direction. So, that every body here is performing a linear motion, but collectively when it is taking place in a rigid body, we call it as translational motion. So, in a case of a translational motion, every particle of a rigid body move in the same direction with the same velocity, that is, they have the same displacement in same interval of time. Now, you might have seen the example of the inclined plane. If I have an inclined plane like this, object moves. You see, the object at each and every point of its movement, each and every point of this rigid body, they have moved in the same direction with the same, they have taken the same time to move. So, each particle has same velocity. That is, I have an inclined plane. I consider 2 points, some point P1 here, some point P2 here. After some time, see, this is the case. After some time, the point P1 has come here, the point P2 has come here. So, this is the case of a pure translational motion for a rigid body. Okay. What is one more type of motion you have studied till now? After the linear motion or after the translational motion, after chapter 3 and 4, you have studied a little bit about circular motion. Okay. What is circular motion that you have studied? As usual, you have considered a point mass of some mass m1, you have considered a point mass. Now, the point mass keeps itself at equal distance at every position or at every interval of time. In other words, this point mass, some mass A, this point mass A is moving on the circumference of the circle, having some center O. Okay. Now, the point has at some time t, the point has moved from the point A to point B. This is the radius of the circle. Okay. So, with the time, what is happening when the particle is moving on the circumference of the circle? With time, the radius goes on changing, the direction. Okay. So, the displacement here, in the previous case, the displacement we have taken in terms of linear quantity, in the case of linear motion. Here, circular motion, we have taken the displacement in terms of angular displacement, theta. So, in a time t, the body has moved from A to B, that is, it has covered an angle theta with respect to the center. Therefore, the velocity is omega equal to theta by t. You have also studied about the period of revolution T, that is the time taken by this body to complete one complete revolution. You have also studied about frequency, the distance moved by this particle in 1 second. You have studied about frequency. You have also studied about the acceleration produced, alpha. Alpha equal to, you have studied it as omega by t, the change in velocity with respect to time. Okay, so this you have studied for circular motion. I mean, you have studied this considering the object to be a point mass. Now coming back, I apply the same circular motion to a rigid body. If I consider this as a rigid body. Now there are particles. Now when we are speaking about a circular motion to a rigid body, what I have to do, or what we have to do foremost is, we have to restrict this body, we have to restrict the body such that it cannot have a translational motion. ಈ ಬಾಡಿಯನ್ನು ನಾವು ರೆಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಹೇಗೆ ರೆಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ, ಈ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಲೇಷನ್, ಇದರ ಹಿಂದೆ ಓದಿದ್ವಲ್ಲ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಲೇಷನಲ್ ಮೋಷನ್, ಒಂದು ಲೈನಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗೋದು, ಆ ಮೋಷನ್ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇರೋ ಹಾಗೆ ರೆಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಏನು ಮಾಡೋಣ, ಎರಡು ಕೈಗಳ ಮಧ್ಯೆ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ ಇದನ್ನು. Now it cannot move in a translational motion. Now when I apply the force, only motion possible is this. It can move like this. Only thing possible is this. So now what is happening here, if you observe it keenly, there are n number of particles, or this is a system of particles. Each particle present here is describing a circular path. Now let me consider a system of particles as they have considered in your textbook. This is a rigid body, rigid body of some arbitrary shape. I consider some point here. Now this point, when the body is rotated, when it is restricted such that it does not have a translational motion, it is describing a circular path. It is describing a circular path around this point as a circle, or taking this point as a circle, it is describing a circular path. I consider it for some other particle here. It is describing a circular motion taking this center. I take some other particle lying here. It is describing a circular motion. Here I consider a small particle here, it is describing a circular motion. There are n number of particles. I have considered some 4 particles. They are describing circular motions simultaneously. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಸರ್ಕಲ್ನ ಸರ್ಕಂಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾವೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್. ಪ್ರಿವಿಯಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಸರ್ಕಲ್ನ ಸರ್ಕಂಫರೆನ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗೋದು, ಒಂದು ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಹೀಗೆ ಸರ್ಕಲ್ನ ಸರ್ಕಂಫರೆನ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗೋದು ಅಂತ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಈಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾವೆ ಅವೆಲ್ಲವೂ ತಮ್ಮಗಾದ ಸರ್ಕಲ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾವೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಪೆಷಾಲಿಟಿ ನೋಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು ನೀವು. ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಲುಕ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ಒನ್ ಸ್ಪೆಷಾಲಿಟಿ. ದ ಸೆಂಟರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ಸರ್ಕಲ್ಸ್, ದೇ ಲೈ ಅಲಾಂಗ್ ಅ straight line. This is must. This is compulsory. I mean all these centers of the circular motions, they lie along a straight line, or in other words all the particles are revolving around a fixed center, or there is a line in the rigid body which is fixed, around which all the particles are describing the circular motion. This fixed line around which the particles are describing a circular motion, we call it as axis of rotation. Axis of rotation, and this particular motion of a rigid body, we call it as rotational motion. This particular motion of a rigid body, we call it as a rotational motion. So, we have seen about the rotational motion of a rigid body. We have seen what is called the axis of rotation. It is the, if you consider this as a rigid body, it is a line. Axis of rotation is a line around which different particles in the rigid body or system of particles execute their circular motion. Okay. Now, when we are speaking about this axis of rotation, we can have two types. One is where the axis of rotation is fixed. One type of rotation of a rigid body where the axis of rotation is fixed, or it has fixed axis of rotation. Okay. Where do we see this? Fixed axis of rotation. Now, I consider this to be a rigid body. A rigid body where I have considered 4 different particles of a rigid body. So, a rigid body where I have considered 4 different particles of a rigid body. Now, consider this particle. Consider this particle. When this rigid body is rotated, you observe this particle. Observe this particle. When the rigid body is rotated, this particle is executing a circular motion along this circle, having this as the radius. Now, you consider this particle. This is the distance from the axis. This is the distance from the axis. It executes circular motion along this path. Observe this. It executes circular motion along this path, having this as the radius and this as fixed axis. Similarly, with this particle, you see this is the radius of a circle through which this particle is executing a circular motion. Similarly, consider this particle. It executes a smaller circle here, a circular motion around a smaller circle here. So, what do you observe is, I have taken only 4 particles. There are n number of particles in this rigid body. Now, what do you observe? Particles are describing a circular motion in a plane which is perpendicular to the axis of rotation. See, this is your axis of rotation. Circular motion is taking place in this plane. Okay, circular motion is taking place in this plane. So, the plane in which the circular motion of these individual particles are executed, it is perpendicular to the, it's in a plane perpendicular to the axis of rotation. And you see here, each particle has different radius for its circular path, depending on the distance of the particle from the axis of rotation. Depending on the distance of the particle from the axis of rotation. And in the same interval, different particles, they cut out or they cover different distances. But angular velocity of each of these particles will be same. Angular velocity omega equal to theta by t of each of these particles is same. Okay, we will come back to this. So, here the axis is fixed. There is one fixed line of points around which the particles are executing the circular motion. It cooks up to your rotational motion. Okay, so that is a fixed axis. Now, you might, you observe the ceiling fan above your head. When you consider the ceiling fan above your head, what is happening? So, this is the ceiling fan with okay, with blades. Now, what is happening here? The blades of a fan are rotating. See, the particle here is executing a circular motion like this. A particle here is executing a circular motion like this. A particle here is executing a circular motion like this. But this system, it is acting as the axis of rotation, which is fixed, which is not moving. Okay, you might have observed potter's wheel. ಕುಂಬಾರ ಮಡಕೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನಲ್ಲ, ಈಗ ದೀಪಾವಳಿ ಹೇಗೂ ಬಂದಿದೆ, ನೀವು ಮಣ್ಣಿನ ಪಾತ್ರೆ ತೊಗೋತೀರಾ, ಮಣ್ಣಿನ ದೀಪ ತೊಗೋತೀರಾ, ಅವ್ರ ಕುಂಬಾರನ ಮಣ್ಣಿನ ತಿರುಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ವ, ಚರಕೆ ತಿರುಗುತ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ವ, that is describing a rotational motion. The middle axis is fixed, only the mud or the soil is taking a circular motion. So, that is a rotational motion. Now, suppose I take this example, take this part, it is fixed here, see, it is moving like this. You take this, observe this strip, it has different axis of rotation, you see. Consider this one, its axis of rotation is here. See how is it moving? It is moving around its axis of rotation, fixed axis of rotation. See, fixed axis of rotation. Morning you go to the well and take out water. ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ನೀರು ಎಳಿತೀರಾ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ನೀರು ಎಳಿಯೋಕ್ಕೆ ಬಿಂದಿಗೆ ಕೆಳಗೆ ಹಾಕಿದಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ರಾಟೆ ತಿರ್ಗಕ್ಕೆ ಶುರುವಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ, ಅಲ್ಲಿಯೂ ಈ ಥರ, ಅಲ್ಲಿಯೂ ಒಂದು ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅರೌಂಡ್ ವಿಚ್ ಬೇರೆಲ್ಲ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ರೊಟೇಷನಲ್ ಮೋಷನನ್ನು ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಸರಿ, ನೀರು ಕಾಯಿಸ್ಬೇಕು, ನೀರು ತೆಗೆದಾಯ್ತು, ನೀರು ಕಾಯಿಸ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಸ್ಟವ್ವಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೀರಾ, ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಸ್ಟವಲ್ಲಿ ಆನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ, ಆನ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ನೋಡಿ ನೀವು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಹಾಕ್ತೀರಾ, ಯು ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಟು ದಿಸ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್, ದ ಮಿಡಲ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಬಟನ್. ನಾವ್ ವೆನ್ ಯು turn this or when you press this, the whole body rotates. That is again a rotational motion along a fixed axis. Okay, now you see here, this is the axis, I rotate it along a fixed axis. That's the rotation taking place. Illi axis ide, the particle is rotating. See, you can see different points here, different points along the circumference of a circle here. See, when I rotate them, you see they are executing a circular motion. Okay, take this rectangular lamina. Now, I rotate the rectangular lamina like this. Now you see, this is the axis of rotation. The points along this are stationary. They are not moving. But you see, one particle here, it describes a circular motion, or it is rotating. See, this particle is rotating. You see, all these circular, it is same for each and every particle over here. Now you see, all these particles are executing circular motion, or they are rotating around this fixed axis in a plane which is perpendicular to the axis of rotation. Idu axis of rotation ಗೆ perpendicular ಇರುವ ಲಂಬವಿರುವ ಒಂದು ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಮೋಷನನ್ನು ಅಥವಾ ರೊಟೇಷನಲ್ ಮೋಷನನ್ನು ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರೈಬ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾವೆ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಆಕ್ಸಿಸ್ ಆಫ್ ರೊಟೇಷನ್ ಪರ್ಪೆಂಡಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಟು ದ ಸ್ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ರೆಕ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಲ್ಯಾಮಿನಾ. ನಾವು ಈ ಥರ ಒಂದೇ ಥರ ತಿರುಗಿಸೋಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತಾ ಇದನ್ನು? ಇಲ್ಲ. ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದ ಆಕ್ಸಿಸ್ ಆಫ್ ರೊಟೇಷನ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. See, this is the length and the breadth. Axis of rotation along the length. See, I can rotate the body like this. ಈಗ ಈ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಹೇಗೆ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಮೋಷನನ್ನು ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾವೆ? ಇಲ್ಲಿರುವ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಹೀಗೆ ರೊಟೇಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಉಂಟು ನೋಡಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿರುವ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಈ ಥರ ರೊಟೇಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಉಂಟು ಹೀಗೆ. ಸೊ ಇದು ಆಕ್ಸಿಸ್ ಆಫ್ ರೊಟೇಷನ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಪರ್ಪೆಂಡಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಪ್ಲೇನಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ನೋಡಿ, ಪರ್ಪೆಂಡಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಪ್ಲೇನಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾವೆ. ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದ ಆಕ್ಸಿಸ್ ಆಫ್ ರೊಟೇಷನ್ ಇನ್ ಅನದರ್ ಫ್ಯಾಷನ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಯಾ, ಸಿ, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಒನ್ ಮೋರ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಸ್ ಆಫ್ ರೊಟೇಷನ್. ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಹೇಗೆ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾವೆ? ಹೀಗೆ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾವೆ. ಸೊ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್, ರಿಜಿಡ್ ಬಾಡಿಯ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಸ್ ಆಫ್ ರೊಟೇಷನ್ಗೆ ಪರ್ಪೆಂಡಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಆಗಿರುವ ಪ್ಲೇನಲ್ಲಿ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಸರಿ, ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದ ಆಕ್ಸಿಸ್ ಆಫ್ ರೊಟೇಷನ್ ಅಲಾಂಗ್ ದ ಡಯಾಗನಲ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಇಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಮೂವ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್. ಓಕೆ, I take a circular disc. Now you see, this is the axis of rotation. The particle is executing rotation like this. Illi the particles hige circular path. Now I can have the axis of rotation here also. The particle is moving like this. This is the axis of rotation along which the particle is kept constant. See, it is moving like this. Okay, these are all, I mean, you can name many other real life examples for rotational motion of a rigid body where the axis of rotation is fixed. A line of points in a rigid body, they are fixed and the particles are executing a rotational motion around it. You see, this is the axis of rotation which is fixed. See, particles are executing a circular motion along it. Illi the particle nodi, the particle which is here, imagine, I mean, see, it is executing a smaller circle. A particle here is moving in a bigger circle. So this is the axis of rotation which is fixed. Okay, hope it is clear to all of you. We'll go to the next example where the axis of rotation is not fixed in space. How is it possible? Now, what are the examples that you can give for that where the axis of rotation is not fixed in space? Now, a very good example you can have is of a spinning top. ಬುಗುರಿ ಇದೆಯಲ್ವಾ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಬುಗುರಿ ಇದ್ರೆ ನೋಡ್ಬೋದು. This rotates. Suppose, for example, I do not know whether I can carry out this, but let me try. See, yeah, the particle, what happens here, what is happening here, see, there is an axis of rotation wherein, now when it is moving, there is an axis of rotation passing through the body. Now you see, what is the speciality of this is the axis of rotation is, the whole line is not fixed here, but only a point is fixed around which the axis is describing a motion. It precisely forms out a cone. for example, it is not actually a spinning top, but to give you the example, see, this is, you take this as the axis of rotation. Now, it is actually moving like this. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಇರುವ ಒಂದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಆಕ್ಸಿಸ್ ನೋಡಿ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಆಕ್ಸಿಸ್ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಈಗ ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ಆಕ್ಸಿಸ್ ಒಂದು ಕೋನನ್ನು ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಆಕ್ಸಿಸ್ ಒಂದು ಕೋನನ್ನು ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಯಾವ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಗ್ರೌಂಡಿಗೆ ಟಚ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಯಾವ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ನೆಲಕ್ಕೆ ಟಚ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಆ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಸ್ಟೇಷನರಿ ಆಗಿದೆ. So this type of motion where the axis of rotation is rotating around or moving around a fixed point, we call it as precession. So this type of motion is called precession, where the axis of rotation is not fixed in space. The axis of rotation is moving around a fixed point, taking the shape of a cone. This we call it as a precession. Okay, so one example was of your spinning top. ಬುಗುರಿಯ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ವಿ ನಾವು. ಆಕ್ಸಿಸ್ ಆಫ್ ರೊಟೇಷನ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಸಲ್ಲಿ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ವಿ ಟೇಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಅ ಪೆಡೆಸ್ಟಲ್ ಫ್ಯಾನ್ ಆರ್ ಅ ಟೇಬಲ್ ಫ್ಯಾನ್. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಪೆಡೆಸ್ಟಲ್ ಫ್ಯಾನ್ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಅಥವಾ ಟೇಬಲ್ ಫ್ಯಾನ್ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್, ದ ಪೆಡೆಸ್ಟಲ್ ಫ್ಯಾನ್. ಹೇಗಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಫ್ಯಾನ್, ಒಂದು ಈ ರೊಟೇಷನ್ ಇದೆ, ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ಅನ್ಕೋತೀನಿ ನಾನು. ಒಂದು ಈ ರೊಟೇಷನ್ ಇದೆ ಫ್ಯಾನ್, ಈ ರೊಟೇಷನ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಈ ಥರ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ, ಆಸಿಲೇಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಈಗ ನಾ ಹೇಗೆ ಆಕ್ಸಿಲೇಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಹಾಗೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ರೊಟೇಷನ್ ಇದೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಈ ರೊಟೇಷನ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆಸಿಲೇಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ದ ರೊಟೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಅ ಪೆಡೆಸ್ಟಲ್ ಫ್ಯಾನ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಟೇಬಲ್ ಫ್ಯಾನ್. ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಹಿಯರ್, ಯು ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಸಿ, ಅರೌಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಸ್, ಈ ಆಕ್ಸಿಸಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಫ್ಯಾನ್ ರೊಟೇಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಹೌದಾ? ಮತ್ತು ಈ ಆಕ್ಸಿಸಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ ಹೀಗೆ ರೊಟೇಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದು ಟೇಬಲ್ ಫ್ಯಾನ್ ಹೀಗೆ ರೊಟೇಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಎರಡು ಪರ್ಪೆಂಡಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಪ್ಲೇನ್ಸ್, ಪರ್ಪೆಂಡಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್, ಒಂದು ಇದು ಆಕ್ಸಿಸ್ ಆಫ್ ರೊಟೇಷನ್, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆಕ್ಸಿಸ್ ಆಫ್ ರೊಟೇಷನ್, ಎರಡು ಪರ್ಪೆಂಡಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಪ್ಲೇನ್ಸ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಇದೆ, ದರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್, ವಿ ಕಾಲ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ pivot. What happens along the pivot? There is a fixed point in the pivot. There is a fixed point in the pivot. Actually pivot ಅಂದ್ರೇನು? Pivot ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್. ಪೈವೋಟ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಅಥವಾ ಒಂದು ಪ್ಲೇನ್, ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಅದರ ಮೇಲೆ ಈ ಆಸಿಲೇಟರಿ ಮೋಷನ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಒಂದು ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಅದು. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ ದ ಕೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಅ ಸ್ಪಿನ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಟಾಪ್, ಆ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಇನ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್, ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಎಟ್ ರೆಸ್ಟ್. ಬಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಕೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಅ ಟೇಬಲ್ ಫ್ಯಾನ್, ದಿಸ್ ಪೈವೋಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಎಟ್ ರೆಸ್ಟ್. ಸೊ here in the case of a table fan, not the whole axis, in the case of spinning top and the table fan, not the whole axis, but a point is fixed. So in the case of rotation of a rigid body, we have seen two types. One is where the axis of rotation is fixed in space, one is where the axis of rotation is not fixed in space, and we have seen some examples for it. Okay.